Hey everyone, this is Vaishali Siddhappa and welcome to my channel Complemental Economics, and today's topic it is expenditure budget. So the budget, what exactly the budget expenditure is all about. Budget expenditure refers to the estimated expenditure of the government during a given financial year, fiscal year. That can be classified into two different ways, that is capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. Now, first of all, let me talk about revenue expenditure. What is revenue expenditure? This expenditure incurred for the purpose of other than the creation of physical and financial assets of the government. It related to those expenses incurred for the normal functioning of the government departments and various services interest payments on debt incurred by the government and grants given to the state government and the other parties. So, revenue expenditure can be classified into two different expenditures, that is planned revenue expenditure and non-planned revenue expenditure. The next one which I am going to talk about, that is capital expenditure, otherwise capex. There are expenditure for government which result in creation of physical or financial assets or reduction in financial liabilities. This includes expenditure on the acquisition of land, building, machineries, equipments, investment in shares and loans and advances by the central government to the state and union territory governments, at the same time public sector units, so which is PSUs and other parties. Again, the capital expenditure again can be classified into planned capital expenditure and non-planned capital expenditure. So now you can see a flow chart where you have the explanation of plan and non-plan. First of all, I am going to talk about non-plan expenditure. Non-plan expenditure for revenue, first of all, the first one is interest payments. So the interest payments on market loan, external loans and the form of various reserve funds constitute the single largest component of non-plan revenue expenditure. And the next one here, agriculture. We're going to spend a lot of money on agriculture. Defense revenue expenditure. Defense expenditure is committed expenditure in the sense that given the national security concerns, there exists little scope for the drastic reduction. And the next one here we're going to talk about subsidies. The subsidies are an important policy instrument which aim at increasing the welfare of the economy. Apart from providing implicit subsidies through underpricing of public goods and the services like education, health, government also extends subsidies explicitly on items such as exports, interest on loans, food and fertilizers. So on education, pensions. Okay, let me tell you what is subsidies are. The subsidies means in any firm, if any firm is supplying fertilizer, for an example, the fertilizer price is 100 rupees for 1 kg. A farmer is very poor, he can't afford to pay 100 rupees for kg. So what government will do is, government will purchase this fertilizer for 100 rupees and that will be given to the farmer to 80 rupees or 50 rupees in discounted prices. That's called subsidies. So this way, when it comes to non-plan expenditure, in non-plan expenditure, revenue or non-plan expenditure for the interest payments, for the agriculture, grants to the states, union territories, foreign governments, defense expenditure for the industries they're going to give, for the broadcasting, for the police pensions, internal security, education, for these all money will be spent. The expenditure will be there from the revenue non-plan expenditure. On the other side, we have capital. The capital non-plan expenditure, when it comes to capital non-plan expenditure, it is for loans to public enterprises, loans to the states, loans to the union territories and foreign governments. For these all we are going to give loans. At the same time, non-plan capital expenditure cover various general, social and economic services provided by the government. On the other side, we have plan expenditure. Planned expenditure, it comes for the revenue and the capital. Again, this is the capital and this is the revenue side. When it comes to plan expenditure, planned revenue expenditure, the planned revenue expenditure is that expenditure spent by the government on implementation of economic schemes, financial assistance to the local governments. It relates to the central plans and central assistance for the state and union territory plans. On the other side, when it comes to central plans, it's all social welfare. It all comes under agriculture, rural development, transportation, technology and the environment, social services and the others. On the other side, you have capital plan expenditure. When it comes to capital planned expenditure, it's likely to a revenue counterpart relates to the central plan, central assistance for the state and union territory plans. So that means central government plan fully for the 5-year plans. These all documents, whatever the related issues we have, for that they're going to spend the money. So this way, public expenditure, your budget expenditure, your government expenditure can be classified into plan and non-plan. At the same time, we can continue with revenue non-plan expenditure, capital non-plan expenditure, revenue plan expenditure, capital plan expenditure. So these are the non-plan expenditure of capital also. Plan expenditure, construction of roads, bridges, buildings, purchase of land and machinery, investment in shares, loans to states, foreign government, repayment of loans, etc. So thank you so much. I hope this is very much useful. If you're really liking my videos, please subscribe and share. Thank you so much.